drives me every day is just the fact that I know that working hard, I can change a lot of lives and give hope to a lot of young kids. I want to do more, not only in my career, not only with my family, but also with Georgia and young guys who are trying to look up to me and be like me one day. I was born in New York, grew up in Eastern Europe, in the country of Georgia. I was really young when I moved from New York to Georgia. I love everything about it. It shaped me to who I am today. And like every childhood, there are ups and downs, but Tbilisi growing up, if we walk the streets, I can tell you in every single spot I had something going on. I remember everything. Running around with my friends, playing basketball. I used to take this road every day to go to school, take this road every day to go to practice. This is where everything started. Brings a lot of memories of playing horse with my boys. This is where I learned how to shoot. My brother would come down, he was taller and stronger than us, so we would like play him 2-on-1, and sometimes we would lose. Very memorable course. My soul is connected to the city. Definitely grateful for what it brought to me. A lot of loving people, very beautiful nature, mountains, sea. The culture has been great. The food is unbelievable. When I'm in the States, I really miss Georgian food.
Tonis puri, khinkali, khachapuri, idni pamiri salati, soadi, badrijani, khinkali.
The wine culture is really big. Everybody loves wine out here. We have this tradition that before you take you drink a glass, you say a toast every time. And the toast is sometimes about your mom, your dad, your brothers, your loved ones who are not with you right now, to God. Every time you get onto a Georgian dinner table or lunch table and you see wine, you know it's gonna be a memorable one. Growing up, we used to have a day, it's called Tbilisi, and everybody was to go and just pick some grapes up and make some good wine.
We're at my childhood house. It's my dad's house. He loves this probably more than me and my brother. Like everywhere you can look, I worked there. Bringing stuff up and down, chopping wood, making wine with my parents. So everything was happening here. I would be with my friends, run around, have a good time, play games. For my birthday, or if we went to see the church, we would come here and he'd make a big table in the yard and you'd hear. So he definitely tried to make it as positive as possible. He would basically put cables on this, like this, and then he made a hole, and then I would just shoot the ball in.
And he play here. Hey! You understand why he is a basketballist.
Hopefully with my help and help of the others who are really doing a lot for sports in the country, we can help and kind of shape kids' lives and help them to get to where they want to go.
Right now we at the sports shop buying a hoop for the kids I saw playing with the paint bucket. Hopefully I can help them and fall in love with the game more and hopefully make it to the league and go far with it. I remember buying my first hoop. I didn't buy it for myself. Basically for like 2-3 years, I was asking my dad to buy it for me and begging him. And I remember I was at my neighbor's house and my mom called me like, hey, your dad sent you like some products. And I remember just opening the door and I had a basketball hoop there and a basketball, and I was like so excited. And you're like, now you better have no excuses. But I was like, bro, you should have done this 3 years ago.
My first impression of the game of basketball was that it was boring and I didn't want to do it no more. As a kid, I used to love to play soccer. It's easy to play soccer wherever you're at. Once I started making some baskets, kind of getting comfortable out there, I definitely realized it was the sport I loved and watched highlights of all the players all day, all night. It became my life. It took me to places I would never imagine myself to go.
This is my room growing up. I left when I was 13. Nobody really touched it. Everything is basketball. This room used to be a playground. We had a rim here. Every day for like 2-3 hours, we would come in here and play basketball one-on-one. This would literally be a gym. Shout out to Otani Street. That's where I met some of my best friends, got close to my family and my brother, where I became who I am.
It's unbelievable for me that my son, who was 5 years old and told to me that one day I'll play in the NBA, he make this. Yes, of course, we help him, but he was the person who made it by himself.
He believed himself. And I think because of that, he is going up and up. Any family who see his own name on the stars of the world, it's a very big emotion because sometimes I'm cry when he do something good. I think that's not only me, but all of the Georgian people are very happy when he is playing.
After so many years, I've collected like so many of his jerseys. I started collecting jerseys because like even before he got here, I was still very proud of him here. This jersey was from the Bulls Academy when we did the summer stint there. He was 9 years old. It was 2008. He was like learning how to play. This is from like his final season at Seton Hall. This is the ball Sandro hit his like 1,000th points with, and he gave it to me afterwards. And since then, it's been sitting up here. When he became the player of the year for the Big East, they made this card. I have his like rookie card. I don't know which one is it exactly, and I just like ordered one online. I don't think he knows I own this. It's not even signed. And then obviously he gets to San Antonio Spurs.
My brother David is a very inspirational person to me. He taught me how to crawl, how to walk, how to sing, how to run. Helped me a lot in life. Always gave me the right advice at the right time. Always told me to work on myself, be humble, and never be satisfied, and stay in the present. I got lucky that my first coach, Dato, he did not look at me as a guard or big. He looked at me as a basketball player. He taught me how to dribble like guards, how to shoot, how to make a layup, and developed me into a young prospect. Played here till I was 13, moved to Italy, played there for 2 years, and then moved to the States, where I went through high school, college, and then went to the league. My first big moment as a basketball player was going to Italy and manifesting that I would be called to Jordan Brand Classic. I probably had that written all over my notebook, and I remember one day my agent calling me and sending me a letter of invitation, and I feel like that was the time where I said, oh yeah, it's go time. Right after that, I was ranked 11th in Europe. I said, why can't I be 1 if I'm 11th? I just kept my head down and kept grinding.
It's gonna work. Shout out, Jack.
He's a big who can pass the ball. He's a good feel for the game. He can handle it. When he gets a rebound, he can go out and transition. He can find his teammates. He can knock down an open shot. He's a special player, and he's a guy that you don't see very often with his size and his feel for the game and his ability to do a lot of things that a lot of bigs cannot do. It makes him a mismatch for a lot of teams.
Having somebody who's gonna push you to be better and you know you can trust your work and bring you that work during the workout is important. So I'm very grateful for Jack and Spurs for sending him here.
Shout out to Big Z, Zaza. It's unbelievable what he did down here. It's a great place for the kids, and I'm happy to be able to use this facility and kind of inspire kids.
Zaza paved the way for him, so he's very big on giving back. Okay, what can I do now for the future generations? And like he goes to Zaza's academy, then talks to the kids.
A guy who spent 10 plus years in the league, won championships. That's only 1% of all the basketball players. Unbelievable big brother to have and role model and mentor. I feel like he doesn't get the credit he deserves sometimes, and I just want to say how proud I am and how happy I am that he's in my corner and helping me out a lot. Definitely built the facility for the kids. Kind of shows me how much of a big impact he had on Georgian kids in basketball.
Right now, we have almost 2,000 kids, boys and girls, playing basketball. We have more than 30 kids who got a full scholarship. Just the education part, that where through basketball, so many kids got opportunity to come in US or in Europe and get education. It really, really matters. You can build a life, you can build a career. And of course, basketball is priority for a lot of them, but without education in basketball, it's not worth it.
Hopefully soon we're gonna have Sandro Academy as well to kind of challenge him a little bit and have kids compete against him.
I'm just trying to follow your steps, man. Just trying to continue what you started, for real.
My guy.
Change the generations, you know?
I don't exactly remember who reached out first, but Mamu is such an open guy, such an authentic and honest guy. I just love his personality. He came to the game, I invited him and his friends, and to see my little brother, coming to the game and watching me, it was motivation to me as well, for me to play and play good, play hard, get a win, and kind of lead by example.
2021 NBA draft is a very memorable one. I was lucky to have all my family there. I don't think I ever sweated that much in my life, and I had so many thoughts going through my head.
Our expectation was him to go in the first round, towards the end of the first round. It was becoming more and more stressful. Mamu was picked by Milwaukee Bucks and drafted the second round, having non-guaranteed contract, right, being a two-way. That's very complex.
All the teams who passed on me, thank you for passing on me, because everything happens for a reason. And I found my way, and I will keep finding my way and keep fighting to be the best player I can be.
In the league, I wear 54 because I was drafted 54. And it served me really well. And there are not a lot of 54, so like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of like symbolizes me as a 54.
That's why this life is so amazing. When you look at all the successful people's path, everybody has a different story. Everybody had a different path. My path doesn't necessarily have to be like his. You cannot control how many minutes you play or trades, right? So many things you cannot control, but focus on the things that is in your hands. Work ethic, right? Being disciplined.
If at the end of the day I feel like I did not work as hard as I should have, I kind of don't sleep that well.
There have been some lulls in his career where I'm like, okay, it's not there right now, but at Spurs, it has been there consistently so far. And I hope that only gets even better and better.
He was able to show what he's capable to do. I think he's a perfect lesson for him, how much it really matters to stay consistent and how much it really matters to stay patient and continue to working on your game, because it's a really, really long journey.
Georgia's very small. People love you here. If you do something for your country, it never goes unnoticed. The NBA is everybody's dream. Growing up, every game Georgia national team had, friendly, non-friendly, I would tell my dad, can you buy a ticket and we can go? And my dad would get us a ticket all the way up in the stands, and the court would look so small, but I would tell my dad, like, one day I'm gonna play, one day I'm gonna play. And I remember every game I went to, I remember them qualifying to Division A and scoring big buckets, scoring game winners, getting alley-oop dunks. Like, I would literally, me and my best friend and my dad and my brothers would go, and after that, I would tell my dad, like, I'm not coming upstairs. I'm gonna just take the ball and I'm gonna go downstairs and shoot in the hoop in my neighborhood. And that's what I would do, like, no matter what time it was. It gave me so much motivation to see those guys play for their country and all these people show so much love. Definitely something I dreamed of, and we have great veterans, great young guys. Definitely want to put my mark on the Georgian national team.
The farther you go, there are more challenges. To make it in NBA is hard, but to maintain your spot, it's even harder. You're getting challenged every step, every day. It requires to make the right decisions. He knows I'm available for him 24/7.
Biggest goals on the court is to compete, play hard, bring the Georgian soul and mindset, and show everybody that I belong. Off the court, having my family healthy as possible, having my friends healthy as possible, and trying to make a difference.